Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Ryan. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to as soon as I possibly can. Could be pretty much any type of video, review, re-review, thoughts, streams, commentaries, random movie news, video game playthrough. Well, like I said, feel free. In PayPal or Cash App, links are down below. I will get to as soon as I possibly can. I know some of you are still waiting. That's why I'm uploading like 4 or so videos a day, doing my best, but thank you for your patience. But this is for the 2025 film Companion. Now, I heard some good things about this, but I downplay it a lot because I've heard that many times before, and it just becomes a film that just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, I never saw the trailer for this, so maybe that's another thing, is I've heard from people, don't watch the trailer, go into this blind. So maybe that's why overall I did like the film. I did enjoy the film for what it is. I'll say this, I like this a lot more than Ex Machina. Of those type of films, I probably would say The Machine from 2013 I still like more than even this one. Because I think The Machine was a bit underrated, but Ex Machina I did not like. I always thought that fucking film was overrated in my opinion. This one, I like the lead more. I felt more sorry for her. I felt more justified for what she was doing. And yeah, I was a bit more interested in what was going on with the story. It has a bit of a sense of humor to it as well. And I'm not sure how to do this without spoilers, so I'll say this. I think Sophie Thatcher, the lead, who was one of the girls in Heretic, I thought she did a good job. You got Zach Cregger, which I know he's in that new film Novocaine, which I haven't seen. I haven't been requested it, but looks decent enough. I thought he pretty much plays a beta male. He did what he needed to do. There's a little bit of violence in there from time to time. Again, there's a little bit of a sense of humor from time to time, which I didn't mind. I kind of chuckled at. And it wasn't too long of a movie. And I was intrigued enough to see where the story was taking me. I'll say that. The way it begins is with no spoilers right now. Sophie Thatcher is with Zach Quaid, and they go to his lake house, and they meet a few people there. There's this girl named Kat, there's this gay couple, Eli and Patrick, and then there's this guy named Suri. While they're there, something goes wrong. Suri tries to... things go wrong. Fuck, I don't know. I gotta go into spoilers. I don't know how the hell else to do it without it. What happens is Sergey can't keep his bits off Sophie Thatcher's character, and ultimately she defends herself and ends up killing the guy. Stabs him in the throat, among other stuff. One thing leads to another, you find out that Sophie is shut down because she is a companion. She's a robot. And as Zach Quaid puts it, an emotional support robot who fucks. And as she's shut down, she's tied up, she's awakened, and Zach Quaid pretty much tells her what's going on. And to sum it up, he tells her she's a robot. She doesn't believe it. What about my memories? Well, those are put in fate. What about the day we met? Well, there's a few choices. I could have had this, could have had this. We met while buying fruit at like a grocery store or something. And then she's like, well, what about this? She starts to realize that what's going on, she is a robot. He even has one of these devices that can control her, including how she talks. So Jack goes, well, do you speak other languages? She says, no, I don't. And then he can change to her speaking Spanish or her speaking a variety of different languages, Asian languages. And she kind of hears herself talking, but wait a minute. And starts to realize what's going on. Then as to why this all happened, this happened because Jack Quaid is with this girl, Kat. Well, kind of with her. This guy, Sergey, had a lot of money and $12 million in a safe. I'm going to get you after I hacked into you, I'm going to say jailbroken her. Jailbroke her, kind of like jailbreaking a PlayStation. After doing so, I was able to raise your aggression, and now you're able to harm someone when you're not supposed to. Why that would be a thing in the first place to have aggression be there at all, I don't know. Even in the jailbroken form. But I guess, whatever. He raised it to whatever it can be. The whole plan is you kill him, blame it on you, it's a defect, and we'll take the money and leave. So, you really feel sorry for Sophie's Thatcher's character, because she's trying, and she's like, I love you, but at the same time she's programmed to do it, so in a way she doesn't want to do it, but feels like those are her real emotions, and then she's put as the patsy when she didn't do anything wrong, and I just thought with her emotions, I really felt for the character. And it's directed by Drew Hancock, which I'm not familiar with what else he's done. I'm looking at his other credits. I don't recognize the other stuff. Well, I guess it's his first feature film, that's why. I'm sure it's supposed to be a ploy on toxic relationships, among other stuff. The gay couple, you find out that one of them is a companion as well. And they're in on the plan. You have the one guy who's a bit of a fatter, overweight guy who has this other guy for a companion. And I thought, okay, they're going to go for some woke stuff because there's... But no, it's... one's made to love this guy, and then the other guy just happens to be gay, and I guess because he's a fat guy, he's he can't get anywhere else laid, so at least in his mind, so he has his companion robot. But no, it's not as woke as I thought it was going to be, at least when I see it. I mean, I guess you just, because if it was, then the gay guys would be the heroes of the movie, and they're not. The one guy is just as willing to kill as Jack Quaid is. I mean, if he was that great of a guy, then he would think all this is wrong, but he's not. So I don't really feel sorry for him. And then lo and behold, he tries to kill Sophie, and Sophie kills him in self-defense. I'm like, yeah, you get what you deserve, motherfucker. She's able to escape, she's able to get her remote, she's able to put her intelligence from 40% to 100%. I do like her reaction when she realizes she's been put on 40%. She goes, oh, well, that's great. I see how it is. That type of thing. But it doesn't go into some diatribe about man-hating and all this other stuff. And I thought there was some clever stuff in the movie. For example, there's a car that she needs to control, but it's voice activated, so it's her going through the thing to alter her voice to sound like Jack Quaid in order to start the car to go home. Or a cop stops her and she has to find a way to get out of the situation, so she changes her language to German. So A, the cop is confused. The cop is a bit more lenient on her, and the way she's talking, and then also she can't lie. She's not allowed to lie. But she doesn't really want to tell what's happening either, because it probably still end up badly for her because she's a robot. So I'll be a different language. So I'm telling the truth, but you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. So I'm still fulfilling my program, but you won't hear what I'm saying. But then because don't speak to the English, Deutsch, German, she have her cake and eat it too. And just how confused the cop is, I thought that was kind of funny. Jack Quaid, just how much of a slimy sleazebag he is. I don't know why, for some reason he reminded me of Rainn Wilson. Whether that's good or bad, that's up to the viewer, but he just reminded me of Rainn Wilson. I don't know why. Or maybe like a little bit better version of Rainn Wilson. I don't mind Rainn Wilson. I would say I like Jack Quaid a bit more. But then how he's able to reprogram the other companions since the one guy's dead. Okay, be able to reset him and focus on me and raise his aggression, jailbreak him, and you gotta do stuff for me. So then the guy goes and kills the cop. Granted, some CGI additions, because he keeps punching the cop in the face, and you tell some of it's CGI. Which I wish when they do this stuff, just go all out practical. I think it would just get more of a visceral reaction from the viewer. That's just me. So Patrick, the guy companion, kills the cop as if he's the damn Terminator. Knocks the female companion out, takes her back. The one girl who was there, she's done with this, she's leaving because she's had it with all this. Jack Quaid tells the guy companion to stop her, but because of its so aggression, just stabs her, and just her reaction of, what? And then Jack Quaid realizing, what the hell did you do? You told me to stop her. I like Kat's reaction, kind of just unbelievable in what's happening, and just she kind of accepts her fate, but still being pissed off, and then sits down right next to the female companion who's been shut off at this point. And it's one of those movies where, like, as I'm telling the plot, it's kind of little quirks of thinking it's just going to be about a robot that's just going to go crazy, or a robot that just went insane, or the evils of AI, and I like that it didn't go in that direction. It's more the manipulation of assholes. And granted, that's not original either. I get that, but I don't know, with the way AI thing is talked about nowadays, this just felt a bit more refreshing. Again, a little bit of sense of humor showcasing, I didn't mind. I thought it was kind of humorous at points. And granted, it's nothing special. I mean, I don't think this is anything I would ever watch again. But as a one-time watch, it didn't make me mad or anything. It was entertaining enough. But that's the thing with a lot of films nowadays. And yes, there are exceptions, but there's a lot of films that are either shit, or they're okay, but they're just okay, but I don't see them having a long lifespan for the future. I just don't see people going back to rewatching films like this over and over again. You think of the films of yesteryear, for me, I mean, let me stick with sci-fi. Whether it be The Terminator, well, I mean, that's considered a classic, or even, I don't know, whatever sci-fi films, Time Cop. Or just think of like random sci-fi films, Back to the Future. This is not a film I don't see people rewatching on a weekly or monthly or yearly basis. Maybe like 5 years. Oh yeah, let me check that out again. And then you won't see it for another 5 years. I don't know if that makes sense. Where it's bad is entertaining. Well, okay, it's not bad. Sorry, I'm so used to new films being bad. I'm surprised. Maybe that's the thing, is that I'm so used to new shitty films that when I see a new film, I just figure it's going to be shit. And then when it's not all out shit, oh wow, okay, what a surprise. But at the same time, it's it's decent. I don't know where I'm going with this. You get surprised when it's not a total shit show, so you give maybe a bit more leniency than what you would usually give if this was a film in the 90s or even the early 2000s or something. But I like Sophie Thatcher's performance. I think first and foremost, that's what I enjoyed the most about it. That's what I liked. I liked when she verbally eviscerates Jack Quaid's character as he deserves. I guess like the twists and turns I enjoyed. I did because I didn't see the trailer, so I didn't know where it was going. So it's okay. Is it about evil AI? No, but now it's a hunting movie where they're trying to hunt her through the woods. But oh, now this guy's also a companion as well, and then oh, now he's gonna. It was just an interesting enough story for me to see where it was gonna go. I know it's very vague, but that's one thing I liked about it. So further spoilers after the girl dies from the guy companion. Jack Quaid is shutting her down, shoots her, calls, says there's a defect. The tech team comes by, they pick her up, and they mention how they're going to look through the footage. And he's like, well, what footage? Oh, well, each one of these things, it's an insurance thing. What she has here is Wi-Fi, but the stuff will go back to our main system, and we'll look through the footage, which means they don't look through, because they're afraid of fraud, scams, things of that nature. So we'll look through the footage. Jack Quaid didn't realize that because he didn't read the fine print. So now he sends the guy companion to take care of those two guys. So, but at this time they're fixing her up. The guy companion kills one, but before he kills the other, our lead character stops him and says, "Hey, remember what happened? You remember what happened to your guy Eli, and that was the guy you loved, not this other guy." And he remembers and ends his self-destructs, which I guess he's able to do now since he was jailbroken. She asked the other tech guy, "Can you help me out?" Takes away her security stuff, so she's able to harm if she needs to. Takes care of Jack Quaid. Electric corkscrew to the head. Earlier, he had made her burn her arm, so she takes it off. Kind of like the scene in T2. Has the endoskeleton of an arm. She's free. She drives away. She sees a version of herself. She waves at her and then drives off. So, I mean, as I'm describing it, I know it doesn't sound like much. And like I say, it's not a film that I would pick up on Blu-ray or anything. It's not a film I would watch again. And again, it's one of those movies where as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, I'm not minding where the story's taking me. Some little twists and turns. It was kind of interesting. It's kind of a little bit quirky here and there. Some interesting ideas. I like the lead girl's performance. I thought she did a very solid job. Jack Quaid, for what he's meant to play, he did fine. The movie didn't overstay its welcome, wasn't too overlong, wasn't 2 hours long or anything. Ended on a satisfying enough note, not on a stupid note or a sequel bait note. Sort of enough fundamentals that made me entertain for its 90-some minutes. I didn't feel bored. I didn't feel it was a slog to sit through. And again, maybe it's not the most original thing, but like I said, I got more entertainment out of this than Ex Machina. I thought that film felt even more typical to me compared to this. This one, at least, it tried a little bit of sense of humor with the changing of the languages on her vocal patterns, things of that nature. I kind of wish we could have seen more of that. Of her playing around with the remote control, like changing more of her appearance, or using it during an action sequence where she I don't know, something about changing. It depends how intricate and how detailed the remote control is. Like how much we see a little bit of what it could do, like changes her eye color. That's an interesting bit where she's sliding on, and we see like her eye changes from one color to the other. But I think she could have used that remote even more to her benefit. Maybe there could have been some creative ways to use it to either deal with Jack Quaid's character or something else to that effect. But as is, it was fine for what it needed to be. I mean, I would still say I haven't seen much in 2025, but I mean, Love Hurts, I would say I put above this, while it does have its flaws. I did not like the Captain America one. I didn't like. What else even came out this year? I'm sure Snow White will be shit. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Compared to other shit that's come out, it was okay. If that makes sense. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.